Welcome to Alan's Day. I think you've seen me do this a few times, going into the garage on a beautiful day like today. But we got to get stuff done. Back to Gene's trailer. I think this will be part 10 tonight. You saw me this past weekend working on the putting the shocker hitch, getting that set up, doing some work with the spare tire rack. Something I thought I was 100% done with the shocker hitch. What a surprise. I found one more thing to upgrade on here that shocker forgot. Right now, to lock this coupler up, this gets in the lock position. You put it in here, and this pin goes in here. Just like this, sort of like that. When I got two hands, I'll figure it out. But you know how I like safety, redundancy. We found some. And I just happened to see this. They don't show it in the instructions. They don't tell you about it that I found. Maybe I didn't read close enough. But they have a hole back here. So when this is in the lock position, you have a second source where you can put a clip in there. That way, if this pin falls out, you still have this to keep that from going in. But, so we don't lose the clip, they've got a nice lanyard on this one. They forgot to put one over on this side. So I'm going to put this lanyard right here. So I have to drill a hole in right here. Just be careful where you drill holes on anything of anything. I'm pretty confident that this is in a non-load bearing stress area here. So I drilled a 3/16 hole. I have, this is called a drive rivet, and it's just an aluminum little rivet, and simply just take and put it through the hole. I've got a 3/16 hole up there, and you just take the drive that little pin in, and we got it. Now we've got this pin hopefully isn't going to get lost on here. So here's our pin, here's our lanyard. Now I'm done with this. Let's get on to the next phase of the project. Take the batteries out, take the LP tank off, put a tray there, and mount the toolbox. We're not going to get it all done tonight, but we'll start. I'm getting the batteries disconnected. Let me sort of show you what we got going on here. So we've got the battery trays here. These are just mounted on here. And when I put these on there, I knew they were going to be temporary because I'm going to go with a bigger battery. And with a bigger battery, those two trays are smaller. And this is the battery tray that's going to go in there. And there again, it's an Amazon deal, so here's your part number. Just look this up on Amazon, and you'll be all set for your battery tray. Now, the big reason I'm changing the batteries out is this originally came with lead acid batteries. Lead acid batteries, I try to avoid them as much as possible. Bad things can happen with those, especially when anything has to do with RV. No lead acid batteries. You got to pony up and get something that's it's a little bit safer. The lead acid batteries require a lot of venting, and there's a chance of sparking and explosion. To lessen your chances of explosions, this is a AGM battery here. And this has been my go-to battery here. And this is a 31M-AGM. You got to make sure it says AGM on there. And this is a dual purpose RV battery. That means it can drop down low on the voltage, and you can charge them back up, and they have more cycles in there, I think. I'm not a battery expert, but it's been working for me. So go-to is this battery here. Each of these batteries here are $450. They're worth every penny of it compared to having a problem with a lead acid battery here. And with these two batteries, Jean will have enough power that she can run her refrigerator in there, and then also her furnace at night, the blower on the furnace. So that's the reason to get these two. And then during the day, hopefully the solar power will give these a little boost, and if she needs more, there's going to be an option to put a charger on there to plug into the generator and charge it up. So she's got a few options to keep her rig running. Let me get the rest of those boxes out of there and figure out how I'm getting those mounted. Everything's stripped out of there. That didn't take long. Now, here's the shelf that's going to go in there. This shelf made it up at work, and then this is going to go into there. But I got to cut it down. So, for the person that's going to put this in their trailer, it is 75.5 inches long is the shelf by 17 by 14 with a little kicker going up that's about 4 inches tall. Hopefully that's enough room where I can get the 2 LP tanks and 2 batteries and a control panel and some storage. We'll see how that turns out. And the good thing is with aluminum, same tools that you use for woodworking, you can use on aluminum. That's why I like it. So let me get this thing cut down to length, and we're going to fit up in there. The shelf fits. Just mocked it up. Got 2 propane tanks in here. I got the 2 big battery boxes. I'm gonna put a couple of cutouts in here to bring some lines up there. But I've got room to put about a 12 by 12 box right there. I've got to weld some caps on the end here and make a few little cutouts. And it'll be in there. I'll bring you back when I'm getting the caps put together. We're on to the next phase of the project. The shelf. I got a hole sawed in there. Got a little cope in there to accept a few wires going through. Now the next step is, got to make some end caps. Found a piece of aluminum. Let's get that over to the shear and we'll get that sheared up. Well, I'll bring it in until I can see my little mark. And there it is. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. And shear it. There, that was a whole lot easier than a pair of tin steps. Well, let me get this end on there and we'll get the welding set up. Got the ends tacked on. So, just that piece I sheared up to put it on there. Now, you just got to get it welded. Watch your eyes.
Dance for the camera.
And just like that, we got one bead on there. I'll finish welding up the rest of my corners here, and we'll get this thing put on there. I've got the aluminum shelf in there. Got that bolted in. That clears. It looks like that fits pretty nice in here. Put some stainless steel self-tappers there. Put a few down to the bottom. It's not going anywhere. Next step, toolbox. I think that's going to be pretty handy for Gene to be able to put blocking, generator cords, things like that. But I think it's sticking out too far. That's going to go. That's going to go right here. And it'll probably work, but I'm going to cut about 4 inches off the back side of this and re-weld that, tuck that box in a little bit better. Don't know if I needed to do it, but I'm going to do it. Well, good thing it's an aluminum box. I'll just take and cut 4 inches off the back side of this and then weld this back onto there. It'll only take a couple of minutes. Well, let's get started on cutting the box. And all I'm using is my M18 skill saw with the carbide blade on there. That's why I like aluminum so much. You can most times you can use woodworking tools to cut the material. So let me get her cut. Got some lines drawn on there, so I'll take and make a cut here, make a cut there, go all the way around, and then weld her back together. And just that quick, I got her cut. Let me get her cut all the way around. We'll get her up on the table and get her welded back together. Probably only about 5 minutes to cut that thing down, another 5 to weld it, so it's gonna go pretty quick. Well, it's almost ready to weld back together. So here's the back that I cut off. I'll just put that on there, get that welded. So there's what I cut off of there. It's only about 4 inches, but I think it's going to make a huge difference as far as usability. So let me get this tacked up and we'll get her welded and get her on the trailer. And I did, before I put this down, I put some carriage bolts, 3/8 carriage bolts drilled and then welded them on the top. That's going to mount this up. I got to reinforce the box a little bit on the inside because the load is going to be carried from the top compared to a bracket underneath. So we'll get that figured out. Got to get a shelf in there. We'll just keep working on it. all tacked up, put back together. Now I just got to run a bead all the way around, and we got her. Well, we've got a couple more sides to weld, and we'll have her put together. I'll bring you back when we're ready to start bolting her in there. Toolbox is in. Bolted up in there, siliconed everything down, put it through, got some nylox. Got it bolted up through the top there. It's not going anywhere. And then I put a shelf in here, a removable shelf, so that you can utilize more of the space. So now Gene can get that loaded up. We got blocking, wheel chucks, and whatever else is going to go in there. So, toolbox turned out nice. And this is a Buyers. Good quality toolbox. I like these. Now the next piece of the puzzle is getting the propane tanks in here securely. So what we've got going on here is got a bracket. Bought the double bracket off of Amazon. Pretty straightforward. The only thing that I recommend you doing is when you put this rod in here, make sure that that rod goes all the way through, and you put a nut on the bottom side underneath here to hold that on. So if you hit the brakes, this rod has got something secured nice and tight. I still might put a jack strap and some D-rings. We'll see what that looks like. So let me get the propane in there and off the list, and move on to the next project. It's probably going to be a junction box right there with the electrical stuff. They're in. So now Gene has two tanks instead of originally came with just one tank. You got a pretty good chance that if you're not paying attention, you could run out of gas. So two tanks are better. Got the stand and the holder and the regulator, dual regulator lines off of Amazon. So it's a Skyflame auto change regulator. It looks pretty good. And then this is the Skyflame propane tank mount rack. And when I found looking for a regulator, do not chintz on a regulator. They've got some stuff on there for a couple of bucks for some regulators. Too dangerous messing around with propane to get the inexpensive stuff. Might not work out good for you. So I ponied up and I got the one with the stainless steel braided lines here. So there should be many years of use on here. So, well, let me move on to the next project. Electrical box. The electrical panel's ready to go in. You notice a little clearance here. I've been bumping my frickin' head all day long. That's why I keep my hat on so I don't frickin' put any more lumps in it. But anyways, back to the panel. This is another Amazon purchase. Bought this box off of Amazon. It is about 15 by 10 inch box. Now what I got set up on here is I'm going to have all the power coming in here, and I put a voltage gauge and a USB port on here. It's a marine grade, so if I keep the cover on, it should be good. And then I also added some lights on the side, some LED lights on the sides, on both sides, because then what that's going to do is when I flip this switch at night, there should be enough light that I'll get a little bit of a glow in here. And then here's my main battery power that I've got right here on this switch here. So that kills everything. Now when the battery is on, I put a light, LED light up on the top. And what that's going to do is when you're done with the trailer for the week and you park it, from a distance you're going to see if you left your power on or not in the on the horse trailer. So just a little indicator light to let you know that hey, you better get out there and shut that switch off. So let me get this installed. Right here's where it's going to live. Everything just fits in here between the tanks, electrical, the batteries. I got a lot of wiring to do, so well, let me get this fastened in here, and I think that's enough for this video here. We'll catch up to you on the next phase of that. We got more power to run inside, battery chargers, solar up on the top. Quite a bit yet to do on the upgrades on this on Gene's horse trailer. Talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching Alan's Day. Life is about making choices. Some things are already perfect. Some things you may choose to upgrade. This channel will show you both. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks again.